calling the roll. And I know Mayor Dennis will not be with us today. Kevin Underwood.
I am here.
Thank you. We'll wait for Tom Murtaugh. Are you on yet? All right, we'll wait for Tom to check in. Jackson Bogan.
Here.
Ron Campbell. Mr. Campbell? Maybe he's not on. I thought he was. Okay.
Mayor, I seen.
Video screen.
Yeah, I thought okay, well, we'll come back to that. Peter Bunder.
I'm here.
Okay. Ben Murray.
I'm here.
Bill Smith.
I am here.
Thank you. All right, and that is all of the voting members that I show on my list. Mr. Campbell, can you hear me? Evidently not. Okay, all right, well, we'll go ahead and move forward then. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the August 13th, 2020 meeting. Those should be communicated to you in your packet. I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Jackson.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a second?
Peter Bunder will second.
Okay, thank you, Peter. Any corrections or changes? Hearing none, I'll conduct a roll call vote. Let's see, so John here. Kevin Underwood.
Aye.
Tom Murtaugh. Not here yet. Jackson Bogan.
Aye.
Ron Campbell. Bill must not be working correctly. Peter Bunder.
Aye.
Ben Murray.
Aye.
Bill Smith.
Aye.
Thank you. And Sally, we do still have a quorum without Mr. Campbell voting, correct?
We do, yes.
Okay, thank you. The next item on the agenda is Resolution 2020-07, a resolution to amend the 2020-2024 Transportation Improvement Program. Who will be handling that?
That will be me. This is Doug.
Okay, Doug. Thank you, Doug. Go ahead.
There are basically two parts to this TIP amendment. The first part, back in July, the policy board passed an amendment to update our fiscal year 2021 federal funds. Shortly thereafter, I discovered that I made a reference error in the spreadsheet that calculated the amounts for each individual project. That was my mistake. So this is correcting that. What it meant is that the projects that were receiving the STBG funds and safety funds, Park East Boulevard and North River Road, will be reduced a little bit more, but yet the Lindbergh Road project will have a small increase. Once again, that was my mistake, and I apologize for that. The second request is from NDOT, and they are requesting changes to 6 projects. For the projects, they would like to add funding for preliminary engineering. One project is on 52. It's a deck overlay project south of State Road 26. One project is a bridge rehabilitation. This is State Road 225 over the Wabash River. One project is on I-65 pavement restoration at the State Road 38 interchange. And then also on 65, the shrub and windbreak project. NDOT would also like to add federal funding for right-of-way for 2 projects. One is on State Road 28, and that's the rehabilitation of the road between US 231 and 52, and then a bridge on State Road 38, the South Fork, over the South Fork of Wildcat Creek. They'd also like to update two construction dates, State Road 28 project and then the 225 project, changing it from 2020 to 2022. The Technical Transportation Committee did review this amendment at their meeting last month and recommended approval, and APC staff is also recommending approval. Are there any questions?
Any questions for Doug? All right, hearing none, we will now wait for approximately 1 minute for Sally to check to see if there are any public comment that would come in on this particular resolution.
I started the time. We're at the 1 minute mark, and I don't believe we have had any comments come in.
All right, thank you. Being that there are no public comments and no questions, we will go ahead and conduct a roll call vote. Kevin Underwood,
Aye.
Tom Murtaugh. Okay. Jackson Logan,
Aye.
Ron Campbell. Okay, Peter Bunder,
Aye.
Ben Murray,
Aye.
Bill Smith.
Aye.
Thank you. The resolution passes. The next item on the agenda is the APC progress report. And under that, we have the MPO update and several items, or a couple items regarding that. So Sally, who will be handling that?
Tim's here and he'll take care of that.
And you're up, Tim.
All right. So our first item is an update about the thoroughfare plan. Unfortunately, this is not quite the update that I'd hoped to give you today. So let me kind of start with what I had hoped would happen. So last night at our Citizens Participation Committee, we had planned to kind of go through some of the updates that we've made to our thoroughfare plan. And then we were going to ask them for some recommendations about what elements of those updates they thought were important or still might need some work, those sorts of things. Unfortunately, due to some technology issues, we were not able to hold that meeting last night. So I do not have any information about recommendations. We are going to work to reschedule that meeting. This is something that's an important part of our public participation process, or this certainly is not the only forum that we have and not the only way that we can collect, feedback from the public on the plan. But it is an important step getting the CPC's advice on that. So hopefully next month that will have all been sorted out and we can have kind of some information about what they think is important about the plan and what features that they like or that we still need to do some work on. Are there any questions on that?
No.
Okay, so then I'll go ahead and move on to the next item since I'm covering that one too. So as far as this survey, which is in your packet, so we distributed the survey both in English and in Spanish. This is kind of the first part of our public participation process for our 2050 Metropolitan Transportation Plan. And we've gotten very, very good response to the survey so far. We've gotten, I believe it's 580 total responses between English and Spanish, which is great that we've had that high of a response rate to that. And like I said, this is kind of the first step. So now that we've gotten some information from that survey, we're going to take that and drill down a little further, try to get some more specific information from the public based on some of their feedback that they've given us in this kind of first survey, which is a more general survey. And we think this will really lead to a good section on goals, objectives, and priorities for the plan for 2050. So that's kind of what we're aiming to get out of this ultimately. And it's been good so far. So we're very encouraged by what we've seen, and we hope that we will continue to get some of the great feedback that we've been getting from the public. That's been extremely helpful to us. And so, yeah, hopefully by next month also we should see some more detailed results of this survey. I can get you guys some breakdowns of what kind of responses we got and what kind of data we've collected. But it's still open, so I can't give you a breakdown of what we've gotten so far since it's not final. So are there any questions on this?
Any questions for Tim? We certainly understand that sometimes there are technology issues that arise. All right, hearing no questions, we'll go on to the 18-month letting list.
Good afternoon again. This is Doug. I'll be covering that. The report was in your packet. Basically, it's nearly identical, carbon copy from the previous month with only a few minor changes. Looking ahead, next month, there will be 8 projects on the NDOT bid letting, and all of them are on the Hoosier Heartland. And they specifically deal with thin deck overlays. Then in November, we have 6 projects that are on schedule. Most of them are on I-65. The minor changes for this month, comparing it to the previous month, are projects 15 through 20. They are all on I-65 bridge deck replacements, which we did show in the tip, or do show in the tip as replacement and widening. They are now, or have been moved from a November letting to a December letting. So only 1 month. There are still additional projects that are on the December letting. Looking ahead towards January, we have 4 projects scheduled, 3 of which are the Lindbergh Road project, the North River Road project, and Park East Boulevard. In February, we have additional projects that will be let. And then looking further than that, we have project number 42 that's on a November 21 letting, the Sagamore Parkway Trail. So it appears next year construction season will be very busy around Tippecanoe County. Are there any questions?
All right. Any questions for Doug or Bill? Do you have any question or any comments you'd like to make on NDOT's behalf?
I will try to answer questions if any come up, but Doug covered that well.
Okay, thank you. All right. Hearing no questions, we'll go on to the quarterly reports. And the first item is the quarterly project tracking summary.
That's going to be me again. The 1-page report was in your packet, and this just briefly covers briefly or the highlights of what is going on project-wise. Projects in Tippecanoe County, Klondike Road is still on track to be completed this coming November. Good news. Looking at Lindbergh Road, it is also still on track for a January bid letting. The North River Road and Riverbend Hospital project, all purchase orders for this project have been closed. So this is the last time we'll see this project in the quarterly reports. For the County Road 430 South intersection project, Concord Road, County did receive a recommendation to close out the project, and we hope to see all the purchase orders closed out fairly shortly. For the North River Road at 500 North project, it is progressing forward. The only small hiccup, or if you want to call it that, is that there is one parcel and it is in condemnation, but it's still targeted for a January bid letting. Looking at the Morehouse Road project, the public involvement aspect of this project is anticipated to be completed later this year. And then the environmental review and hopefully approval will be sometime in the spring of next year. In Lafayette, the Tippecanoe project is progressing well. I drive by this project fairly much every day, and right now you see actually the trail along 9th Street being constructed. It looks great, looks super and moving well. And then for the Park East Boulevard project, it is on track and the environmental report was approved. For West Lafayette, the purchase order for the Happy Hollow Neighborhood Trail has been closed. And then for the Cherry Lane Extension project, the city received final inspection and acceptance of that. And then for the Sagamore Trail project, stage 1 design and environmental report is progressing well. For the last project, town of Dayton, Yost Road, we have nothing to report for you. So overall, things are progressing very well. Any questions?
All right. Well, like you said, looks like it's going to be a busy year next year. All right. Anybody have any questions for Doug? All right. Next item on the agenda is other business. Sally, do you have anything else to discuss?
I do. It's my pleasure to announce that we have our transportation GIS position filled. Maureen McNamara started last Friday. I don't know if you can see her or not from the computer in the back of the room, but she has a bachelor's degree from Purdue, although she's originally from the Chicago area. She has a bachelor's degree from Purdue in environmental engineering and a master's degree from the Royal Institute in Sweden in environmental engineering. And her passions are sustainability and resilience. So she has joined our staff and is fitting right in. And we're really thrilled to have her with us.
Well, that's wonderful. Welcome. We're glad to have you on board. Thanks for being a part of the team.
Yes, I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
Well, I'm sure we'll all get to know you better over the next couple months.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
And Mayor, one other thing, when she was a student at Purdue, one of her student projects was doing sustainability, small infrastructure for rec. So she's already quite familiar with rec.
Well, good. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. All right. All right, Sally, do you have anything else for us?
Not today. Thank you very much.
Okay. At this time, we'll go to citizen comment. And would you like to wait for a minute again to allow any citizen comment?
I would please. So I'll start the timing.
Okay, thank you.
You need to play some music in here, Sally. This is
Yeah. We should at least have canned music, right?
WBAA. Maybe one of the Ask the Mayor programs we could play.
There you go.
I just did mine today.
If only it wasn't on when it's on. Then I forget to listen at night.
We could all admire Kevin's agricultural equipment behind him.
John Deere green there. We can see it.
That's right.
Okay, we've had a minute go by, and
All right.
I don't see anybody acknowledging that there was any written comment, so we're clear.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Doug, I've signed all the resolution forms that you need signed, so they'll be on Lisa's desk. So those are done. And with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Jackson.
Second?
Second, Murtaugh.
No, thanks, Tom. Okay. We'll go ahead and conduct a roll call vote. Kevin Underwood,
Aye.
Tom Murtaugh,
Aye.
Jackson Bogan,
Aye.
Ron Campbell. Okay, Peter Bunder,
Aye.
Ben Murray,
Aye.
Bill Smith.
Aye.
All right. We're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Mayor and Tom, would you have a minute to stay on with me?